One-day specialists Hampshire defended a low score to keep their dreams of defending their Yorkshire Bank 40 title very much alive as they beat Essex by 30 runs at the Ageas Bowl. Put in, Hampshire lost the in-form Michael Carberry in the second over as he nicked David Masters low down to Mark Bettini, who held on well at slip. It's been rare in any one-day game this summer that both Carberry and his opening partner James Vince have failed, and that again was the case here. Back at the start of May, this season's 40-over competition was kicked off by these two sides, a match where Vince made a sensational, undefeated 129 in an easy win, and he was soon enjoying the Essex attack again as he dominated a 52-run partnership in 9 overs with Jimmy Adams. Adams made 15 of those but was out in the 11th over with a nick behind off Graham Napier, which gave the fantastic James Foster the first of his 6 dismissals. His second, another magnificent take, soon followed with the important wicket of Neil Mackenzie, a man who can hold a one-day innings together with real skill. Next ball, Rhys Topley repeated the dismissal to now get shot of Sean Irvine for a golden duck, a wicket which left the home side on 64 for 4 after 14 overs. One of the many reasons that Hampshire are so good at the one-day game is that they bat a very long way down, and they also had Vince here still batting well, with this 4, his 8th, taking him to another 50, this one coming at a runner ball. But generally, scoring freely was not easy. Hampshire didn't bring up 3 figures until the 21st over, and they then lost Liam Dawson as Foster now added a sensational stumping to his list of victims in this match. It was 5 for Foster when, crucially, Ryan Tenduscarter had Vince taken by the Essex captain for what turned out to be a match-winning 68, which had used up 75 deliveries. Dimitri Mascarenhas would love to finish off his career with another Lord's final. He and Adam Wheater added 29 in 6 overs, only 4 Mascarenhas to nick behind off Tamal Mills, where Foster was waiting again with dismissal number 6. Mills then proved to be too good for Sohail Tanvir, who was bowled for a golden, to leave the Royals in trouble on 148 for 8, with 9 overs still to go. It looked as if they wouldn't even use up their 40 overs, but Wheater and Chris Wood had other ideas. They made the most of the batting power play, taking the total beyond 200, a good one on this surface. They did have a moment of luck though when Foster was denied another victim as Topley's delivery was too high. Foster then almost completed an extraordinary run out. It was one of the best keeping displays you are ever likely to see. Wood showed in the championship last week when he scored 69 as a night watchman that he knows one end of his bat from the other, and it was his knock at the end of the innings which was to prove vital. He's a man with plenty of shots, that's for sure. This was the pick of them, the only 6 of the innings, being struck off Masters. Wood was out in the same over, caught on the boundary's edge, but only after he'd made a real difference with an exceptional 41, which had occupied only 30 balls. It was Wood's best ever one-day score. He was out in the penultimate over after adding a vital 64 with Wheater, who was the last man to go when he was run out against his former team by Napier, as Hampshire were dismissed for 216 with 4 balls unused. Essex would have been very happy with their work, but they then made a disastrous start to their reply. Hamish Rutherford was bowled by Sohail Tanvir's 4th ball in the first over. Before the Pakistani had Ravi Bopara easily held at mid-wicket, also for a duck in his second. And it was 3 in 3 for the unusual left-armer as he found the edge of Bettini's bat to have him held at slip with a score on 14 for 3. It's been that kind of season for Essex, who could have been down and out very early on had Mascarenhas won this appeal for a leg before. Greg Smith, though, survived that, and steadily he and Tenduscarter started to bring their side back into this contest. Tenduscarter won his team their T20 quarter-final in the week with a brilliant knock, and he looked as if he'd carried that form into this game. So his wicket was a big one. Having added 71 in 17 overs with Smith, he failed to clear the rope off Irvine, with Carberry judging the catch well in the deep to get shot of the batsman for 32. Smith moved on to 48 but could make no more. With the total on 96, he was the 5th man to go when he drove Dawson to wood at long off. Given the way that he kept wicket, you may have expected Foster to take over from here, but on 10 he lobbed a return catch to Dawson to depart with his side still requiring 113 from 14 overs. With Napier down the order, this game though was not done yet. While some are puzzled by his place in the batting order, he often produces his best when coming in the lower middle order, and here at number 7 he had a big role to play for his team. The downside to that is that he needs others to stick with him. Tim Phillips couldn't. On 15 he was LBW to Danny Briggs reverse sweeping, a wicket which left Essex on 142 for 7 with 9 overs remaining. But Napier now took over. He grabbed 2 sixes off successive overs from Sohail Tanvir and Briggs to move quickly into the 40s and take the runs required down to 45 off the final 5. He was making Hampshire nervous, no doubt. But more good bowling from Tanvir then left 37 to get off the last 3, and the Eagles were 8 down as Masters chipped wood to Vince after making a handy 16. Then, crucially, Napier sliced a hit off wood with the ball flying out to Adams at deep cover, and with that wicket the game was just about up. Napier gone after making 48 off 35. The game was over at the start of the penultimate over when Topley gave Sohail Tanvir his 4th wicket with Wood completing the match with the catch. Tanvir ended with the very impressive figures of 4 for 29 as Essex were dismissed for 186. That meant a defeat by 30 runs and makes qualification for another semi-final a big ask now for Essex. Holders Hampshire remain favourites to win Group B. A couple more victories from their remaining 4 games could be enough, and they head to Scotland next on Tuesday. Essex simply have to beat Durham at home on the same day.